if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the chapter you've been waiting for. Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke and today we're checking out chapter 5 of Fugitive Telemetry. Yes, this is the 6th book in the Murderbot Diaries series. We're doing a chapter-by-chapter reaction and review. If you'd like to follow along, you can use the link in the Amazon description and buy the book. It supports the channel, and you can also join the membership. It's $2, and, well, let's face it, it's $2. The membership doesn't get you anything quite yet, but it supports the channel. It helps us buy a cup of coffee or just keep this thing rolling. So we appreciate your views, and we appreciate your encouragement, and we appreciate your engagement. Anyway, let's jump to the chapter. So this is a good chapter. I think it's easily the best chapter in this book so far. And it's like 40 pages. A whole lot of mess happens in this chapter. We meet people who are smuggling refugees out of a slave camp. We have a bunch. These people are also like space hicks, I think. I'm going to call them space hicks. They remind me of people I know back home who are like the bootlegger type. I like that they have a word for fucking or fuck. It's puss or pussing. I think that's hilarious. And then we've got combat at the very beginning. We start with combat, and I got to commend Martha on this one because the way that she wrote the combat was not only clear, it was precise, it was decisive, and it remained in this same ability that Murderbot's got. I mean, Murderbot's an absolute weapon. Murderbot's an absolute dog. And so when it shows up, it shows up. Now, it does finally have to hack the system to get in, and when they do get in, it immediately dispenses with these people. But either way, I gotta be honest with you, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect refugees. I expected, I don't know, corruption, sabotage, something else. Didn't y'all? Didn't you guys think that it was going to be a different way? Hell, it was such a swerve, to me at least, that I thought maybe they were two separated incidents. The people on the ship and the death of Lutrin. I thought they may be different. Maybe. We'll see. But, I mean, if we just jump to the end, and I don't mind talking about the end, the assailants, either one, hacked the security system on the station, or the assailant, the murderer, the bad guy, either hacked the system or it's still in the dock with the refugees, or maybe the refugees left. Could that be a thing? What if the refugees had their own plan? What if they had decided that they weren't going to go with Lutrin, that they were going to do something else? Who knows? Who knows? We are introduced to more security NPCs, which I kind of like. I kind of think they're funny. They're funny and fun. They're really, I mean, you know, they only have batons, according to Murderbot. They don't even carry weapons. They're about as useful as a wet paper bag. I also like, I think it's funny that they're always eating food. So this is Murderbot's first time in one of these security stations, and it's like they're always eating food. Always. Which I think is a, I don't know, a joke about cops. We'll see. I find it to be kind of funny that it's kind of like, oh, these pigs always eat. These pigs are always eating humans, or is it just humans are always eating? Or is it just that this is the first thing Murderbot notices? It's like, why do you guys always have food just everywhere and it's just laying around? I don't imagine Mensah's desk is like that. No, I imagine Mensah's desk is pretty clean. But yeah. It's pretty much 3 parts. The intrusion, and then Murderbot and the rest of the security group really investigating what happened and having the one-on-ones with each one. I liked how it kind of switched back and forth, and Murderbot was keeping track of all of them. I thought it was kind of cool. That was a cool thing, and elevating and showing us, illustrating its capability. Murderbot's cool. Murderbot's cool. It also made another joke, which I thought was kind of interesting. It talks so much more forward now that everyone knows what it is and that it can. Truthfully, it's the scariest thing on the station. Easily. Like, the most frightening thing, without a doubt. And the ending, where Murderbot just kind of thought, you know, there's zero chance, there might be a chance where they say, oh, well, yeah, well, of course we'll give a sociopathic murdering machine the ability to hack our systems and it can just kill everyone. Of course we will. when it had that kind of thought, I was like, yeah, I would probably react very similarly. Very similarly. It's pretty nice. It's a nice little chapter. It kind of took me a long time to read. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was struggling a little bit when I was reading it, but yeah, I don't think Great Chris is involved at all, like at all. But yeah, this has shades of the Underground Railroad. If you're not from the U.S., the Underground Railroad was a system in place where people were trafficking slaves out of the South during the Civil War or before the Civil War, so that they would no longer have to endure slavery. And slavery was outlawed in the North at the time, so they would be free once they crossed over into the North, or the Mason-Dixon line, or basically just anywhere north of Virginia. And if you look on a map, that's pretty far north. There's a lot of room in the South. But I like that the ship that it's called the Lalo, or it's the Lalo. I think that's fun. The ship's called Lalo. Pretty good. Yeah, but the interrogation, I mean, I was kind of reading their dialogue in like Southern. It felt like Southern. It read kind of like duh. I don't know. It's just good. This is a good chapter. It was a page turner. I know I just said that it kind of took me a while, but it was a page turner. And Penn Lee wondering if it was Great Chris, because Penn Lee's so super focused on the safety of everyone, including Mensah, and dealing with the intergalactic corporate issues. It's pretty interesting. I like that they were trafficking people out of this mining place, and it was interesting. It's interesting to see where they go. I don't know how expensive humans are. Do you? Compared to bots or constructs? I'm interested. Because if they sent someone to kill Lutrin and clean its body, and then clean the ship that Lutrin was in from the other dock, then it's weird. And I got a question for you all, if you're following along. Do you think the system was hacked, or do you think there was some sort of component that's on the station that's jamming? Murderbot made it a point to say, yeah, that probably isn't a thing, because if it was a thing, I'd know about it. It'd be part of my programming subroutines, whatever. But yeah, excellent chapter. But I like the hicks. They're I mean, we're just carrying, we're just doing our thing. Oh, he died? Wait, okay, there were 10 of them. 3 of them were young. It's pretty funny to me. It's just good. It's good stuff. Now that I've seen a few clips of the show, I can really, really visualize the kind of goofiness. It's a little silly. The show is a little bit silly, and the book is less silly. It's less Farscape-y than the show. I think I read it like that. But Enda and Aelin are still there. They're still doing their thing. I don't think they're involved. They still could be involved. But yeah, human trafficking for the good reason. Human trafficking away from slavery is an interesting concept. And these people not having enough money to operate within the corporation rim because of the restrictions, because of the licenses, pretty interesting. We're still dealing with, corporate screwiness, and one side of the channel is social, more socialists, more for people, more thoughtful, and then the other side of it is corporate greed. That's pretty much the villain of these books is corporate greed. But I do like it. I like it a lot. I'm interested to see where it goes. I like that we were introduced to the Port Authority bot that was essentially, it's got everything it needs to do its job, similar to SecUnit, similar to Murderbot. Where Murderbot is a complete security resource. It can protect up to 10 people with weapons, drones, armor, all that kind of stuff. The Port Authority bot can break into ships, can probably stop groups of people from bombarding out, bombarding in, wedge itself into doors, keep people safe. It's a safety bot, which is really what is the most important part about that. So they can have another safety measure on top of the airlocks and everything. It's pretty good. I also like that, you know, Murderbot is coming around to being in preservation, especially at that end part where it was like, I could just leave now. It's not a great Chris thing. Probably not. I could just bounce and they could just do their job, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay at it. Thought that was cool too. I like that, you know, Murderbot's coming around to these people, coming around to these sorts of things. I am interested to see where it goes. I don't think Grey Chris is involved. And now that I'm this far into the book, which is about 100 pages of 160, so we're going to get to the climax here in the next couple of chapters. I think Grey Chris is involved in books 5 and 7, probably. Not this one at all. This is going to be more about, I don't know, human trafficking, which is interesting. I didn't realize that we ran into indentured servants, you know, sharecrop farmers, basically indentured servants, miners who would like commit to a 20-year stint working for corporations in order to gain financial freedom, I guess. And it was akin to slavery, but they were on their way. You know, I'm watching Yellowstone right now, and the way that cowboys on Yellowstone talk about their position in life, where they're like, hey, this is all we can do. You know, we're cowboys. And that's what we do. We just like riding horses and building fences. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like there's no other way out in life. And of course, Yellowstone's different. But yeah, Murderbot's hacked a system. It's got access. Well, it's got access to a system, and it's able to move forward. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. I have no idea, though. I have no idea. I don't know that anyone on preservation is working with the bad guys here. I think this is completely outside of preservation. And as a matter of fact, I'm kind of happy that Mensah's not involved, because this isn't her thing, right? This is purely station security. Now, for those who stayed this long, I do have a thought. Could it be possible? Okay, is it likely that this whole incident, including these 5 people, were put in place to keep Murderbot away from Mensah and to keep all the security at the port? Is that a possibility? Because that's what I would do if I were bad guys. I would draw all the security and everyone away into the port, right, where they're the most vulnerable, and then have Mensah in her office or in these groups and have someone on the inside. That's what I would do. But enough villainous thoughts from me. Anyways, we appreciate you staying this long. If you like this content, please like and subscribe and share. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers, only like 10 more. And once again, if you want to, you know, help the channel, you can buy the book, you can buy anything else on Amazon. Actually, you just click the link and buy something. It supports the channel. And then there's the memberships, of course. But I think that's all I've got for you. So until next time, later taters.